everyone. I'm so excited that you are joining us today. I really want to congratulate you for a moment for not taking today as an excuse to not work your business. It's 45 minutes out of your day. I know that tomorrow is Thanksgiving and we're headed into the holidays and Black Friday and, Christmas and all these things. But 45 minutes, you have that. You have that to dedicate to your business. And so this just proves that you want this. And even if you're watching the recording, the fact that you're finding time during your busy schedule to watch this recording and take notes just proves what a strong, confident business owner you are. So I first want to congratulate you for getting on this call. So today we are going to do a little bit of a deeper dive into the vital behaviors. And you might be thinking, we know what they are. I know that you know what the 4 vital behaviors are, but when we were talking about it, we felt like you guys needed a deeper dive into what each of them represent. Because the reality is, when I'm asked, what's the secret to my success? Or what do I do day in and day out? I always come back to these 4 things. I'm not doing anything outstanding. I'm not doing some big, super secret, sexy thing that nobody else knows about. Literally, I'm working out, drinking my shake, talking to people, and reading a book. And so we wanted to give you a little bit of a deeper dive and spend a little bit more time into each of the vital behaviors to help you hopefully realize that the secret to your success really does lie in 4 key areas. So we're each going to kind of tackle one, and probably is no shock to any of you, I volunteered immediately for, I'm like, oh, I want Be Proof the Products Work. I am extremely passionate about this, which many of you may already know. I have a national wake-up call from last year, I believe, that also digs deeper, pun intended, into this topic of power of the program. So if you've not listened to that, I highly recommend you go back into the archives and do that. And just a quick aside, that's a great recommendation for you and for your new coaches. When you sign a new coach, tell them to download the Team Beachbody podcast and to start listening to episodes in reverse. And if they do that, there are literally years of trainings for them to be listening to. Okay, so Be Proof the Products Work. And you're like, well, Danielle, I already know that. I do my workout. I just did it. Can't you tell my hair is sweaty? Great. But let's talk a little bit more specifically. So I'm going to talk about 5 areas, and I've only got a limited amount of time. So I'm going to talk fast, which I do anyway, but I'm going to talk faster than normal. But I also want to be able to give the other ladies time to dive deeper into theirs. So we're going to talk about these 5 specific areas: your workouts, Shakeology, the performance line, Daily Sunshine, and the Shakeology boosts. And we're going to talk specifically about each of those 5 areas and what you should be or could be doing to better Be Proof the Products Work in each of these areas, and teaching that to your coaches. Because it's one thing for you to Be Proof the Products Work, but it's also another thing for you to be teaching that down the line to your coaches as well. You don't want to bring somebody into the business and then have them stop doing the behaviors that got them interested in coaching to begin with. So let's start with your workouts. Now, I know that you need to be in a workout program. I firmly believe that there is power in doing a program from start to finish just the way it was designed. And that the behavior that when you can do something and not miss a day on that calendar or rearrange if need be is something that spills over into other areas of your life. I know that I am more dedicated to my business because I can press play on a workout and follow a calendar. I know that I am a better mom, wife, etc. for all those things. So a lot of times people put together hybrids, or they'll say things like, I'm just kind of messing around on BOD right now. Here's what I'm going to tell you. That's okay for like a week in between programs. But in my personal opinion, you need to be in a workout program, or you need to be in a calendar that was created by somebody who knows how to create a calendar. You guys, you can find all kinds of on Pinterest. And guess what? Chances are that hybrid on Pinterest was put together by somebody that has absolutely no training in putting together a workout calendar. Workout calendars are put together on purpose. Let's even take the challenge du jour on Beachbody On Demand. That's put together on purpose with the idea that I believe, and I'm trying to do this from memory, that Mondays and Wednesdays are cardio days, Tuesdays and Thursdays are strength training days. One of the day is more of a like active recovery day. So there's program specific programming that goes into putting a calendar together. So you can't just say, oh, you know what? I really feel like doing T25 and hammer and chisel and just slamming this stuff together on a calendar. Are too many body parts being worked back to back? Are you overtraining one specific body part? Is it too much cardio, too many days in a row? So I want you to do a workout program by the trainer and the professional that put it together. Also, here's why. You will hear me say this repeatedly, but what we want to prove to people on the other end of social media or whoever you're talking to who's not yet a coach or a customer, this is a system. No thinking involved. What happens when people go to the gym? They go to the gym and they look around and they're like, where do I start? Which machine do I use? What class do I take? Okay, if I get on this machine, how many reps do I do? That's the beauty of a calendar and what we do. So if you're constantly just like dabbling in Beachbody On Demand and you're not completing a program from start to finish, what you're telling the person on the other side of social media is you guys, Beachbody On Demand is confusing. Man, you've got to really keep changing it up and keep mixing it up in order to keep it interesting. But when you say, you know what, I am following this calendar that was provided for me by the super trainers at Beachbody, all you have to do is follow it. That's a simple system that anybody can follow. So I really want you to think about that. What program are you in right now? Or are you just dabbling in Beachbody On Demand? And if you're like, well, I want people to understand the value of Beachbody On Demand, great. Have them do the challenge du jour. That's what it was designed for, to give people an opportunity to test different workouts. Or if you have somebody on your team who has a personal training background, perhaps let them put together a calendar, but don't put together a hybrid calendar on your own if you have no knowledge or no backing or no understanding of programming, because it's also could be unsafe and that's not duplicatable. For your coach who comes in, who's a stay-at-home mom of 4 and no fitness background, and now they're like, oh, I've got to start making hybrid calendars. And all of a sudden this business becomes more complicated than here's the calendar, do it, which is where we should start. So what I'd love for you to do really quickly right now is in the chat box. And if you're watching the recording, just shout it out loud in the air and I'll pretend I can hear you. Type the program you are in right now. Do it. I'll give you like 1 minute. In the chat box, I want to see the chat box just throw up with workouts. So for example, right now, I am doing a hybrid calendar that was created by Joel Freeman. I'm in his special group called Fight the Five. And so that calendar was created by Joel Freeman. So therefore, it is still a system I am following by one of our super trainers. Yes, I love it. I love seeing all these things come through. Where are you going from here, right? So I know a lot of you are probably preparing to be obsessed. Well, join Autumn's Prepare to Be Obsessed Facebook group where she a Prepare to Be Obsessed calendar for you to be ready for 80-day obsession. So don't overthink this business. Don't overcomplicate the workouts, and don't also fool yourself by thinking you're being proof the products work by just turning on Beachbody On Demand and playing like workout roulette. Oh, what workout should I press today? Because that's not how this works. There is power in habit, there's power in systems, and there's power in following a calendar from start to finish. So your next thing is to tell me, after you complete the program you just wrote down, type really quickly what you're doing next. Ready, set, go. Because you should know, you should always go where you're going next. Love it. They're coming in. They're coming in. Perfect. So this is a system I want you to also not think about for yourself, but teach your coaches and challengers. What program are you in right now, and what program will you be doing after where you're going. I know that I'm finishing up the Fight the Five calendar with Joel. I know I am then going into 21 Day Fix, Fix Extreme, and Chisel to prepare for 80 Day Obsession starting January 15th. And then I know I will be doing 80 Day Obsession for 80 days starting January 15th. And there will be no extra like, oh, you know what? I don't really like chisel cardio. So I think I'm going to do T25 gamma today. Nope. Because you know what? Life isn't always easy. And sometimes you have to do the workout that you don't want to do. And when you are able to do that, it's also another skill transfer. If I can do the workouts that I don't love, I can conquer anything else in my life. So I want you to not think that you have to create all these sexy calendars. You guys, Beachbody gives you everything you need. Don't overcomplicate it. You've got all the workout programs, all the calendars that you could ever want. Let's move on to Shakeology. Now, I know that you know to drink your shake every day. I also hope you know to never, double ever, and I mean ever, again, because if you've already done it, I'll forgive you. Don't you dare ever post a picture of you kissing your Shakeology and post it on social media. We will no longer be friends. Listen, I fucking love Shakeology. Like I legit, you can ask my husband, I hold the mason jar up like this to get the last drop possible. Then I let it sit for just another second, hoping more will loosen so I can get that last, like I love it, but I've never loved it enough to kiss it. You know what I'm saying? So that's like the first thing. Let's just get that out of the way. If you've done it before, I forgive you. You didn't know better. You will never kiss your Shakeology. You don't love it that much. Okay. Now, with that being said, you know that you have to drink your Shakeology every single day. Fail. No differently than Carl posts what day of the year he is on and he doesn't miss it. You should too. You guys, I had a training on Saturday for Country Heat. I legit took my cafe vegan latte and room temperature water with no ice and shook that bad boy up and drank it and just downed it. Why? Because I needed it in my system. So whether you drink it sexy with a super great recipe or whether you drink it with water or whether you make it a pudding, don't care. I know that you need to drink it. The question though is how are you sharing that? So number one, you're not sharing it with kissing your Shakeology selfie on social media. But number two is, are you using Instagram stories? Because that's the most authentic way to share how you make your shake every day and it's not annoying. You can post pouring it into the blender, all the ingredients that go into it, you actually drinking it, you sticking your head inside the blender to lick the last little bit that's left in there. Listen, we've all done it. You're all smiling because you've all done it. So use Instagram stories to show how much you love it authentically every single day so that people who are following you and want to become a customer or coach of yours have no question about how much you love it. And let me tell you something else. Unless you were allergic, like deathly allergic to the ingredients inside of it, you need to be drinking it. And even if you are deathly allergic to the ingredients, the people who follow you aren't. So if you are somebody who is absolutely 100% allergic to all types of Shakeology, you still should be recommending it and collecting stories of other people who are having success with it. Because just because you can't drink it doesn't mean that other people shouldn't. So on each example is I'm basically allergic to everything, but I am allergic to gluten. I'm allergic to wheat. I'm allergic to whey. Actually, I'll use the Beachbody example. Okay, so I'm allergic to whey. I can't drink our Performance Recover, but I still recommend the hell out of it. And I just put together a whole presentation to get both my daughter's volleyball teams all drinking Recover post-volleyball games. Why? Because I know they need it. I can't drink it, doesn't mean that they can't. So make sure that along with your Shakeology that you are, if you're one of those rare people who are allergic, you're still recommending it. But then I want you to start thinking about how are you sharing this shake? Are you also having some intrigue and not using the word Shakeology? Shakeology is a weird word. Like just say, oh my God, making my shake, drinking my shake. This is my super shake. This is my magic cup of awesome. Oh my gosh, if I literally whatever you want to say, quit calling it Shakeology for a week. see what happens. And then people say, hey, what's inside your shake? And then you can tell them about Shakeology. So start thinking about super interesting ways to share it other than, and I don't have a cup up here, but like, you're not doing that. You don't love it that much. And I love it, but I don't love it enough to kiss it. So don't ever do that ever again, or we can't be friends. All right, let's move on to the performance line. Now, the performance line is such a huge opportunity. Some of you are like, oh, volume, and oh, we need more volume. Well, then sell more performance line, you guys. Once they are hooked on Beachbody On Demand and doing their workouts, and once they're consistently drinking Shakeology and feeling like $1,000,000, how do they get to the next level? By adding in the performance line. Who doesn't want to leave a yellow trail of dust wherever they go? My house is painted yellow, basically, from all the energy. All my white shirts ruined from Energize, and it's totally right? So again, another great opportunity via Instagram stories to show you. And if you're one of those people that takes it as a shot, I just don't understand you. I don't like it as a shot. I like it as a drink. I like to drink my Energize proper, like I like 2 full scoops in a giant mason jar, nice and slow. You people that shoot it, it's like you're missing the great taste of it. But here's the thing. Another great thing to add in mystery. My magic go juice, my unicorn crack, my unicorn blood, whatever it is that you want to call it. Every single day, somebody else is like, what's that yellow drink you're drinking? That drink looks like it has superpowers. What is that? Right? Instagram stories is a perfect way for you to share Energize. And I'm not even on Energize right now. Imagine if I had taken some Energize right before this call, like how off the charts I would be. Energize is life. So, and again, I can't tell you what to do or not do, but performance line, because it is a way for you to get optimal performance and for your people who are looking for the next level to get optimal performance. So asking your customers and coaches who are a little bit tired, hey, have you ever considered Energize, trying a little bit of Energize before your workout? Same thing with Recover, Recharge. We also have creatine. Like we have all these other things. Do you even know about them? Like, have you gone into the back office? So as I was preparing this presentation for my daughter's volleyball teams, I was blown away actually by the new Coach Online office. If you go under logos and materials, I believe it is, or it's in the red section. There's a whole section on Beachbody performance, and it gives you literally everything you ever wanted to know and more about each one of the performance product lines. And it even gives you a cute social media graphic, and it gives you a YouTube video explaining them. So a little bit of homework for you and for your coaches is to learn more about the performance line. Maybe make it a feature week. Maybe make next week performance line feature week and take one of the products each day and talk about it, get people to share their experience with it, and get to know the performance line a little bit better. You have no right to complain about volume if you are not sharing with people the benefits of the entire performance line and how it could enhance their workouts and their results. All right, Daily Sunshine. Whether you have a kid or not, Daily Sunshine is a huge opportunity. First of all, it's a snack. So for all you snackers out there like, I don't know what to snack on and I'm so hungry, make it your snack for the day. It's what my mom and dad do. It's what I did yesterday. It's a great snack. And it is perfect for your children. And if you're like, well, I don't have kids. I don't know if I want to use it, or maybe it's too knowledge is power. When Daily Sunshine came out, did you go and learn all there was to learn about it? Also in the Coach Online office, an amazing section all on Daily Sunshine with the ingredient lists and different videos and different social media graphics. Are you following the Daily Sunshine Facebook page? But are you truly making part of your personal development, which we'll talk about in a second, learning more about our products? Because that's how you're proof the products work. You can't just say, oh, I do Insanity, therefore I'm proof the products work. Being proof the product works means you shop from your entire store. Kind of like we really should have stock in Apple, because I've got an Apple Watch and an Apple computer and an Apple phone and an Apple screen and my Apple Pencil and my iPad. Like we are Apple. That's why I'm Buddy Beach Buddy. Everything I drink, work out, do, touch. Like if they would make, I don't know, meat, I would be in. Like I have Beachbody meat and Beachbody kale. I'm totally down. So do you know everything there is to know about Daily Sunshine and what not only it could do for you and your kids, but for your customers' kids as well? Because maybe your kids don't have trouble eating. Maybe your kids are the perfect little broccoli eaters. But I guarantee you know somebody else who's struggling with kids who aren't broccoli eaters. Or like me, I was like, why am I not making this like mandatory for the volleyball club to put in their backpacks to drink during volleyball tournaments instead of going to the concession stand? So being proof the products work also means understanding everything that we have in our catalog so that you can recommend the best solutions to the people that come to you. And finally, boost. So if you have someone who's been on Shakeology for a while, upsell them. Haven't you ever been to a restaurant where that's basically what a server's job is to upsell you? Or even yet the nail place. You want to learn how to upsell? You want to learn how to take your business to the next level? Go to the Vietnamese nail salon. Here's what they do. You come in. I just want a manicure. Oh, you don't want a pedicure? No, thank you. I would just like a manicure. Oh, but you need a pedicure, right? Okay, fine. I'll get a pedicure. Oh, you want nail art? No, thank you. I don't want any nail art. Oh, but it's Christmas. You don't want a little nail art? Okay, maybe one nail. Why you don't want all 5 nails? Dude, by the time you leave that nail salon, you've got all your nails and toes done with nail art and an eyebrow wax, and you're like coming in for a massage, right? Like they know how to upsell you. Well, think about that's what the boosts are for. Okay, great. Now I've been drinking Shakeology for 6 months. How do I take it to the next level? Hey, have you ever considered adding power to your having some digestion issues? You know, what I love to do is whenever I come back from traveling or if I eat out, I add the fiber boost to my Shakeology. So are you looking at the boosts as a way to upsell your customers or your coaches to take them to the next level with their Shakeology? So bottom line is this: being proof the products work doesn't just mean pressing play on Beachbody On Demand. It means totally understanding everything that we have in our catalog and using them to be the best you possible. Literally, your job is to be the best version of you, and you get to do that by doing our workouts, drinking Shakeology, adding Power Greens to it, getting your Energize in. Like we're basically saying, be a super you, and you'll make money from doing so. So anyway, I'm going to shut up now because otherwise I could just talk all day about this. And I'm going to turn the mic over to Micah, our double superstar diamond coach, also a pregnant mama, proving that again, there is no excuses not to run a rocking business if you want to. So Micah, the mic is yours.
All right. Can you guys hear me okay? I'm at my parents' house. We were officially like on Thanksgiving and my kids are upstairs. So I'm just like going like this so they'll behave. So thanks for that, Danielle. I love listening to you. Like, I'm just like, yes. And the fact that our job is to be the best version of us and then help people do the same is just like the best thing ever. So that is going to lead right into my topic, which is personal development. And so I know all my girls, like my team, they're like, oh my gosh, she always talks about personal development. Like, this is my favorite aspect of our job. And it's the one thing that I feel like lots of times as leaders, when we go from taking our business from one level to the next, it's the thing that has to like quadruple in order for you to really take it to the next level. Because not only are you taking care of yourself, but then all of a sudden, when you step into that leadership role and when you're taking care of your team, you have to manage your energy enough to then be able to help them manage theirs. And so I think this is where people really get into a rut. They start to slack. They start to feel a dip because they feel the negativity coming from their coaches complaining and their challengers complaining and all of this stuff. And then they're like, I can't handle this. I'm just going to take a step back. Like, I can't do this. It doesn't bring me joy anymore. And it's like, no, you're just not doing what it takes to fill your cup and to keep it full so that you can then pour into others. So I want to first talk about a few different things. So there's a difference between personal development and business development. Okay. And then when we are chatting with the leaders, there's also a third, skill development. Okay. So there's all of these different aspects that we need to be growing personally in order to not only grow as individuals, but then also grow our businesses and help our challengers and our coaches grow. So what are the differences? Obviously, personal development is always going to be essential. Okay. But it doesn't, and Kim said this when we were chatting about it, it doesn't make you confident overnight. Like, you're not going to read a book and be like, yes, I'm a friggin' bad A. Like, I'm confident, I can conquer the world. It doesn't do that, but it gives you courage to then act on that courage. Okay. So if you listen to Darren Hardy in his little Darren Daily videos, he has that 5 seconds of courage video. And that really is what PD does every day. It gives us that courage to send those invites, to put yourself out there and do that vulnerable post, to do the things that hold most people back for the rest of their life. We're able to step outside of that and be like, okay, I'm going to do this because I just read this book and I feel really powerful and I feel like a superhuman. I'm going to go act on that. So are you, as a leader, doing enough personal development, but then not just listening to it, acting on it each day? I loved in the National Wake Up Call when she said, listen to personal development until you get something that speaks to you. Like, and that's so true. Don't just be like, okay, check, got my 10 minutes. I'm good. Sweet. Like, some days I have to listen for like an hour before I'm like, okay, that's exactly what I needed to hear right now, today. Like, let me go do something with this. And so it's different each day. So be intentional with your personal growth, okay? Because you struggle with different things than I struggle with and that Sarah struggles with and whatever. So I can't say, okay, my whole team needs to read this book, because what if that's not the book that you need right then? And what if you get 30 minutes into an Audible and it is not speaking to you? You are not feeling it. You're not vibing with it. Move on to the next book, because right then you don't need that. Go back to it 5 months later. Maybe then it'll be the right time. So make sure that when you guys are spending your time, like, that is golden time every day to fuel your mind with what you need. What do you struggle with? What are your limiting beliefs? What are the things that hold you back? And you tackle that like hardcore with your personal growth every single day. Okay. So that's the personal development side of it, is like the mindset, the positivity, the whatever you're lacking as an individual, that's what you need to overcome. That still has to happen every single day. Okay. Every day you need that. But then also we have business development. So what is that? Obviously we need to become leaders. We need to learn social media. We need to learn how to sell. We're not salespeople, but we need to learn how to walk someone through a sales transaction. That's what we do. We sell an experience. We sell a lifestyle. We sell what we're doing and how it's going to be a solution for them. Like, there's what was I reading? It was EntreLeadership. He had one chapter specifically on sales, and it was just like so money. And I'm like, and so many people are like, I don't want to learn about sales because I don't sell. Yeah, you do. You sell every single day. We sell everything. As parents, we sell our children on why they need to do whatever. And so learning how to walk someone through that transaction and how to be a normal human and be interested in what they need and overcome the objections. Those are all skills, business development skills that we need to master. Okay. So certain things like that, obviously jab, 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 right hook, like learning social media, learning the algorithms, learning Insta stories and how to really leverage those. And all of those things are essential to up the ante on your business. And you can't just do the same stuff all the time and then expect stuff to grow, because obviously things are changing all of the time. Okay. And then leadership goes into that, because we need to learn how to mentor people. We need to learn how to talk to people, how to deal with different personality traits. Like, that's a whole nother section of things that we're all different. We're rhinos. We're red. We're whatever everyone calls it, different things. And we're going to treat people different ways, and we're going to respond to different situations in different ways. And we need to be familiar with those things so that we can help our coaches in the best way possible. Okay. And then the third one is skill development. And this is one that even I was like, oh shoot, I need to do way better at that. So Danielle was talking about just the fact that we're in the health and fitness industry, right? So we need to do our homework when it comes to staying up on the trends, staying up on keto, staying up on what the newest thing is. Like, what are our people hearing? What's the chatter? What are they dealing with when we're coming at them with, hey, this is a great solution for you. And then in the back of their head, they're going, but I heard this keto thing is like what we're supposed to be doing. And I can't have Shakeology because it's not keto. Like, you need to learn how to respond to that. You need to learn how they can fit it in. You need to learn. And so that's why I like having friends like Melissa McAllister, who I'm not a fitness professional, like at all. I'm that mom of four who's just trying to like survive life and be happy. And so this is what I do. But luckily I have friends that I can say, hey, I know you know your freaking crap. So can you fill me in on how Shakeology fits into this low carb, high fat, high protein thing that everyone's doing? And so you guys need to have resources. You need to do your homework. You need to be up on that stuff, because you can't just ignore people when they come at you with stuff like that, because that's just things we got to deal with. Okay. So skill development and really just educating yourself. That doesn't mean you have to know every little thing about every product that people are comparing or whatever. I love the call that I'm pretty sure it was Shay Stanford, when she talked about just know a few things. Look at the ingredients. Does it have a few of those things? Sweet. It sucks. Shakeology doesn't have those things. That's why it's right for you. Does it have like just being confident in what you have, and like Danielle said, learning about our stuff, because we don't have to know everything else. But if we're really confident and we know our stuff, we can just say, well, I don't know about all of that, but I know that Shakeology has this, this, and this, and it makes me feel this, this, and this, and it's done this, this, and this. So take it or leave it, basically, but be confident in what we have. So as you, obviously, we can't spend all day doing PD because we have a life and we have everything else. But these are important things that you guys have to be incorporating into your business hours. Okay. It's not just like, oh, well, when I have extra time, I'll try and figure out how to do A, B, and C. Like, these are essential things that move your business forward, and that not only you need to learn, but then you need to help your coaches learn, right? And like, as you incorporate them, you're passing them on. And that's one of the things with leadership is I feel like so many people just overcomplicate leadership. Like, you don't just all of a sudden become a leader, but the easiest thing that you can do is you can figure out what's working for you and just pass it along. So that's why I talk about, like, the second you sign up, you're a leader, because you know how to sign up and you know how to help someone else sign up. You know how to help them get results because you're getting results. So you don't need to feel like, okay, well, I'm a brand new diamond coach. I don't know. I don't have all these skills. I don't have all this thing. I'm still shy. I'm just whatever. What's working for you? Awesome. Share that with your team. This is what I'm doing. Share that with your team. You know what I mean? So, but it's those things that you learn in snippets of your personal growth. It's because, I don't know, I feel like that's just such a complex thing that, like, leadership freaks people out. And it will totally stand in your way if you let that be a limiting belief and you let that be a roadblock. Leadership isn't hard. It's simply owning your own crap, leading from the front, and then helping people lock arms, go with you. Okay. I'm trying to like bust through this because I know we're super short on time. I think that's the gist of what I wanted to cover. Oh yeah. One more thing. Speaking of, like, it doesn't give you confidence overnight. I feel like the one thing that PD has helped me really figure out is, and I love how fitness correlates into every aspect of our journey too. So like in our workouts, we learn how to do hard things, right? We learn how to do the sucky workouts. We learn how to push through it. We learn how to just get through the crap and like have grit. PD does the same thing. It helps you develop characteristics that help you be a better human. It helps you develop discipline. It helps you develop grit, like I was talking about. And these are all the things that, while our fitness journey is the physical aspect of it, like pushing through stuff and really enduring and doing that, PD is the mental stuff. So it's mentally, can you push through this? Can you show up every single day? Can you be on a call on Thanksgiving Eve when your family's in town and things are crazy? Like, are you going to be disciplined enough to make this business everything that you know it can be for you? Or are you going to continue letting these excuses get in your way and letting all this stuff get in your way? And that's why it's just so freaking important, because it develops that discipline that it takes to do this. And I've always said, like, success in the business isn't because we do all the sexy things and we do all these really hard things. It's because we're really freaking good at doing the little stuff that most people just do when they feel like it, and they don't do it consistently. So just do the basics. PD, one of those. Business development, one of those. Skill development being one of those. And as a leader, that stuff needs up even more, because you are the master of your own energy, but you're also in charge of helping other people manage theirs. And that's kind of a lot to take on, but I know you can do it. Okay. So I'm going to pass the mic to Ruth. She is a superstar diamond. Their team is currently number 4 in the entire network. She knows her crap. She knows how to develop leaders. She knows how to be successful. So listen up, and she's going to be talking to us about inviting.
Hey guys, I'm going to fly through this. Can you hear me? Because I put in my headphones sometimes. All right, cool. Okay, I'm going to fly through this. I asked you guys on the post yesterday who wanted to double their income, who wanted to run, who wanted to like see their income and their volume spike. I'm about to give you the keys to that, but it's only if you do what Danielle and Micah said first, right? What I'm going to tell you does not work. If you have not done, especially personal development, and especially being a product of the product, no one's going to join you if they don't see that what you're doing works. So you have to do those 2 things first. I talked yesterday about doubling your income, running, let's pump up some volume, let's pump up our teams. Everything that I'm about to tell you, I'm challenging you to use it, and to use it on a live video with your coaches. Go share this with them. Humble yourself and realize that, like, we all have things we can learn. I learn from everybody who I listen to at all times. Just because, you know, I'm number 4 in the company, I'm not checked out. I'm not checked out and I'm not saying, I got to figure it out. I'm good. Like, we're rock. No, absolutely not. So I am challenging you guys to listen, to apply, and apply it with your teams. And if you can trust me, you can see your income double. Because what I promise you I'm going to say, I implemented these things when I was 6 months into coaching, 2015. I was a new coach, 6 months into coaching. I decided in January I wanted to be an elite coach, 2015. I said, I have to change something. What do I have to change? So here are the changes I made that I'm going to talk to you about. Number 1, posting about the coach lifestyle. I'm going to break it down for you, what I changed in 2015. Number 2, I decided not to prejudge anybody. Everybody got invites. I'll break that down. Number 3, I started thinking about how I was talking to people. I knew I cared about them, but I knew I had to communicate that in a way so they could see I cared, and then bring them into this. I'm going to go through those 3 steps with you super, super fast. And I will say this, I was a diamond coach 2015 January, making $2,000 a month, right? I'm not promising you anything, but I can tell you that my income from January, it quadrupled. And by July, I made $15,000 in a single month in July 2015, okay? I dove into what I am saying. I became the person I needed to be. Repeat that with me. I became the person I needed to be to have the success I wanted. You have to make the choice what type of person you want to be, what type of success you have, and then you have to do the work. So let's dive in. Number 1, posting about the coach lifestyle so it doesn't feel icky and gross. We don't have time to do this on the call. Yesterday, I did a live Can you hear me now? Did I cut out? Where did I cut out at? Did you hear the Barbie Club part? Nah? Crap. Did you hear the part about the income going up?
Last thing
Okay.
I said was I didn't
All right, cool.
You cut off
So
saying
then, hold on, let me make sure everyone's media keeps popping. Okay, so I implemented these 3 things. The first, posting about the coach lifestyle. That's where we're gonna start so it doesn't feel creepy. Yesterday, I kid you not, I was on a call with Barbie Club. She challenged us to do this. I almost didn't do it because I was like, meh, I know this. I know what I post about. I know my story. I know what I love. I almost didn't do this activity. And I'm so happy I did. The only reason I did it, because I took that live call to my team. I said, I'm doing it with you. And as a leader, if I'm going to ask you to do something, I'm going to do it with you. So I did exactly what I'm about to tell you. And even for me, being in this 3 years, being totally founded in what I believe and what I do as a coach, this brought me to life. So I'm asking you these 3 questions. Once you get off of here, I want you to take a minute, turn on some music, listen, answer these questions on a piece of paper. Why did you become a coach? What do you love about coaching? How has coaching positively impacted your life? I want you to take a minute on each of those. After we get off this call, brainstorm and write it out. And this is what I did in 2015 as well, but I needed a reminder yesterday. In 2015, from doing this activity, I brainstormed. I came up, there we go, with my coach lifestyle. I have had this for almost 2.5 years now. And these are all the ways that coaching impacted my life. This is my story in a nutshell. And it became a non-negotiable in my business to pull one thing from this every day and share that piece of my story on social media about the coach lifestyle. Not saying I have 5 spots open, right? Sometimes I do that, but there's an authenticity behind telling your story as a coach. What has it done for you? And I talked about the results. Just like you share your results in your health and fitness, I talked about the results of coaching every day in a different area of my life, financial, emotional, spiritual, my marriage, everything that has impacted, one a day. And guess what? I got away from it. When you get away from it, your business are going to change. It's going to go down. After leadership this year, listening to Haley Christian's and Barbie's thing on Instagram, I came back, I started doing this after leadership, and everything is changing again. This ish works. Do it. One thing about the coach lifestyle, and it's simply sharing something that has impacted your life. You can go to my Instagram after this and you'll see how it's changed in the past month, and I'm just sharing every single day one thing that it's changed. You have to do this. Now, when you are doing this, something to ask yourself, and some of you might be saying this right now, well, I am not that successful yet. What am I going to talk about? I'm not that cool. Like, my story is not as cool as like Danielle, because I'm not working out with Sean too. So like, what do I have to bring to the table? Right? We could do that all day. I could go all day and say, I'm not like, I don't like Lindsay of Matway. Like, she looks beautiful every day. Like, I don't look like that. I'm like all disaster. Like, I could go through everybody and tell myself what I'm not. And that doesn't matter. Tell yourself this, and this is what I tell myself. Everybody who you think is a somebody is just a nobody. That is the truth. We are all human. No one is special. But those people who you have decided are a somebody, it's because they decided they wanted to share something important with the world. And they just did it. And in doing that, they said, what type of person do I need to be a somebody? What's the message that I need to put out there to the world? They're all nobodies though. We're all nobodies. We're all nobodies. I like to imagine everybody like crying, ugly, and frantic in life, like having a mental breakdown. That's how I imagine successful people. It makes me feel better about my life. And then I'm like, yeah, I can do that. I got this. Okay. So that's what I do. I take everyone off the pedestal, decide to be a somebody, and then go do it. Second, huge thing I changed 2015. I stopped prejudging everybody. So I had all these challengers. I had all these people I knew. And instead of saying, no, they wouldn't want to do it because X, Y, and Z. No, this wouldn't be for them because X, Y, and Z. I said non-negotiable. They are getting invited. 2 stipulations. I looked at everyone on my contact list and everyone I didn't even know, but I was getting to know on Facebook or social media. And I said, how could this person use coaching in their life? How could it benefit them? What maybe do they need? So if I saw a stay-at-home mom, I was like, oh, I know how she could use this. If I saw someone who had maybe 20, 50 pounds to lose and they wanted to get healthy and fit. How could they use this? Accountability. If I saw someone who just graduated from college, I was like, oh, student loan debt, they probably need this, right? I would identify what they needed. The second thing I would think about, if I saw somebody and I thought they could rock out this business, they got an invite. So those were the two things. Do they either need it, or could homegirl rock the socks off this business? And if the answer is yes and yes, and I'm pretty sure it's yes and yes for everybody, because like everyone outside of Beachbody is like struggling in some way, even inside Beachbody, but outside, like these people don't have it figured out. I would go invite them to this business opportunity. They got an invite either because I saw how it could change their life, or I thought they were a rock star and I wanted them on my team because I knew that this will change their life because they're the type of person who could rock out this business. They got an invite. So then the next thing, I'm going to give this to you guys. So maybe. Okay, cool. You guys see my screen? How to talk to people. I'm going to like run through this. You should have a list. You should know how to talk to people, but I'm going to talk to you about how I think about it and the psychology behind it and how I make an invite and what that looks like. And then I'm going to give this to you. I'm not going to go through all of them, but when I talk to people, this is exactly what I do. And I am going to tell you guys that, being like, I don't have that big of social media following. I'm one of the only coaches in the top 10 with a small and compared to everyone else, social media following. Like my strength isn't social media. My strength is this. This is why I'm good at what I do. Okay. So like, I don't have people swarming to me. I'm just good at talking to people and showing them how I can help them and change their life. This is how I think about it. Warm or cold market. I choose the motivation. Why is this going to help this person? Then I ask them in the beginning, have you ever thought about coaching? I don't say, do you want to learn? I say, have you ever thought about it? I don't care if they've ever, like, if they want to learn. I just want to know, did you ever think about it? Then I tell them, like I just said, why they'd be a great coach or how it could benefit them, one or the other, whichever I have decided upon who they are and what they need or why they'd be great. I tell them, and I'm not making it up. I've seen this person, I've met them on Instagram or Facebook, or I've identified a need or a skill set they have. Then I tell them what I've gained from coaching, or if you're a brand new coach, I used to tell them, I literally used to send messages to people and said, my coach has earned 6 figures in this business and I just started, but I'm going to do the same thing. I could show you screenshots from when I was brand new. I said that to so many people. And do you know what people probably thought? Homegirl's nuts, but she's really confident about this. I'm going to at least watch. And these people have watched and then they joined. They saw me bring it to life. So at least they saw I had confidence and enthusiasm before I had success. I was literally saying, I'm going to do it too. Then I end every single question or every single conversation always ends with a question mark. So at the end, I repeat myself and I say, have you ever thought about it? Have you ever thought about coaching? And I'll tell you why I say this. And I've learned this for me. I don't like to use the word interested because I think it's too committal. And I think people freak out and they think, has anyone ever asked you like, hey, are you interested in learning about this? And you're like, oh crap, if I say yes, then I'm like, I have to do it. Like I'm already telling them I'm interested. And now they're going to like suck me in. So I've learned that if I say, are you interested in coaching? Sometimes they'll respond and they'll say no. And I'm like, sweet, you should be. Now I got the conversation and I could tell them why again. So I can just boost their self-esteem again about why they should be a coach. Again, boosting that self-esteem. When I talk to them, tell them again. And then I ask them, hey, you want to join my sneak peek and check it out? Or can I send you a video? Do you have time to watch it tonight? And I'll send you my videos, my team's webinar. So like, it gives me 2 opportunities to tell them twice why they are awesome or how this has benefited my life. And they will respond with no, and I love it. I love it. They're like, no, I haven't. And I'm like, perfect. Let's chat about it. So their motivation might be being a mom, being a stay-at-home mom. Maybe they are a stay-at-home mom. Maybe they want to be one. Fitness enthusiast. They're rocking your challenge group right now. They want the discount on Shakeology or awesome products. They're a new college graduate. So they've got that debt coming in. They need accountability in their own health and fitness. So I identify their motivation. I'm going to give this to you guys. So I want to show you what a few of my invites look like. I'm only going to go through like 1 or 2 of these for time purposes. So I will say, I'm not even going to start with that one because I know some people are going to be like, well, what if they haven't had amazing results yet? So this one, Hey girl, I know you are loving the accountability that my challenge group offers. You're doing great with your check-ins every day, if they're logging their Shakeology and workouts. I just want to tell you how much I love what you're doing in our group. Have you ever thought about being a coach yourself? I know you have a goal to lose 40 pounds, and this could be a great way to hold you accountable while also earning a little money for your continued progress. I'm just getting started as a coach. I'm writing this for new coaches because I teach my coaches, but I love our fit community. Have you ever considered it? Okay, that's how I send that invite. So that's a challenger example. Non-challenger example. Hey girl, I see you rocking out your fitness journey over there. You look amazing and are already inspiring so many people. Have you ever thought about making that hobby into a business like I have? You'd rock this coach biz because you're already doing what I do, except now you get paid. Have you ever thought about it? I don't send this to a person who is cold, right? So I have already formed maybe with this person on Instagram, like I've liked their stuff, I've commented on their stuff. I maybe shot them a message last week. I was like, hey girl, keep killing it. And then like next week I'll come back and I'll send this, but I'm not wasting time. Like within 7 days, I'm inviting them. Okay, so that's like a fitness journey one or a fitness enthusiast. Oh crap, did my audio turn off again? Can you guys hear me? Okay. Sorry. The next one is an example of a girl I knew from college. So I knew this person from college. I said something personal, like brought that up. And then I said, this might be a little random, but I really think you'd be an amazing coach because everyone loved you in college. Have you ever considered it? It allowed me to quit my full-time job, but it's also just a great way to make a little extra money from a fitness hobby. Have you ever thought about it? So that's someone I know personally from the past. I'm still sending messages like this 3 years later, still sending messages to people from college, from high school. How about this one? Hey, Marsha, I know you've always talked about how you'd love to be a stay-at-home mom. Have you ever considered coaching like I do? You could earn a bit of money while helping others build healthy habits. And no, it's not about being uber fit or having abs. I'm just getting started, but I love it. Get to pay a little bit towards my credit card each week. Plus, women on my team have been able to become stay-at-home moms through this. Have you ever thought about it? After they do that, that is it. After they do that, if they say no to me, then guess what I say? Oh man, well girl, you should check it out. You absolutely should. What are you thinking? Here is why I think it'd be great. Again, if I added you to a sneak peek group on Facebook, would you have time to check it out this evening? Or I send the webinar we have. You guys could do a webinar, your sneak peek group, whatever it is. And then same thing if they say yes. Oh my gosh, that makes me excited that you have thought about it because you dominate this. Okay, so I get both equally. I get yeses and nos, but it doesn't matter because all it does is start the conversation for me and then I can ask them to check it out. So it starts the conversation, it gets it going, and then I always follow up. In regards to following up, always following up. And here's the thing, if they are interested, if they do check it out, your posts on social media are gonna be the things that close the deal for them in the long run. Those are gonna be super, super important. In addition to you continuing to follow up. Hey girl, I'm still thinking about you. Here's why I still think you'd be great. What are your thoughts? And I will also say to them, what is holding you back? If they have said, yeah, I am interested in it, I'll ask them, what's holding you back? And they'll tell me, and then I can talk to them about like why that fear doesn't need to be a fear, or how we're going to help them get through that, or how we're going to show them step-by-step training, or how we have it broken down into small pieces each day so they can fit it into their busy life. So don't be scared, you guys, to just have conversations with people. If they're not responding, how about just be a human being and be like, hey girl, did you see my last message? People are like, how do I follow up? I don't know. I just ask them like a person would. Hey, just see my message? I just ask if they saw it. Like, because I'm a human and because I'm offering them something that's going to change their mother flipping life when they give it a chance. And I'm not going to shy away from that or be bashful about it, because what we do is phenomenal. And I know my life would look totally different right now had I not given this a shot, had I not dug into it. We have the opportunity to pay it forward. And in doing that, and you doing that, and you teaching your team how to do that, guess what, guys? That is where you see massive success. That's where your paycheck is going to double. But it doesn't double. Let me say this. It doesn't double by just you doing this. It doubles when your tribe does this.
you want to see exponential growth like I talked about, time to step up, time to become a somebody. You guys all have that opportunity. So I want you to take this and do it. And hey, maybe Danielle or Micah and Kim hate my scripts, use theirs. I don't care. Whatever has worked for them, it works for them. So if they teach you differently, use that. But the point is, go do it. Talk to people, take your tribe with you, show them how to do it with you, and let's change freaking ton of lives this year and show the world what we have to offer them. So that is it. Do you guys have anything else to add? Micah, Danielle? No? All right, cool. 2018 starts now for any of those who are wanting to go big or go home next year. We're going to see you guys on December 6th. If you want to give us suggestions about what to talk about next, we want to hear from you. So drop your recommendations in our event page or let Danielle or Micah know or Kim. And we're excited to keep this going and see massive success this year. Bye, guys. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you so much for being here.